All right, this is part 2 in my series on this. If you didn't see part 1, it's in the description. You're going to need that for the context and the tone. A lot of gun owners are going to think after my first video that I'm on your side. I am not. I am on the side of the Second Amendment and what the Founding Fathers intended. Here's the Second Amendment. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I believe in that part. Absolutely. I want to look at the first part, the well-regulated part. And I know you're going to hit me with, well, the Supreme Court has already ruled. Yeah, they also ruled on Roe versus Wade in 1973, and they overturned that. The men and women who sit on the Supreme Court are fallible. They make mistakes. So maybe we need to revisit something. Did you know under the Founding Fathers, when we were Revolutionary Era America, the town leadership kept muster rolls of who came, who drilled, who was proficient? They knew who had the guns. They knew who didn't. There was also a higher level of people called the Minutemen who were more trained, who also wanted to be parts of the militia. Modern day NRA members, you can be proud that I call you a Minuteman. You want, in spirit, to be trained. But when you tell me you're against the National Registry of Gun Owners, my question is why? Because to date, I have never met a person who regularly goes to the gun range who doesn't have a story about that one person they won't go on the active firing line if Ken or Janet is out there, because that individual has shot the ceiling, shot the floor, shot the wall, shot down somebody else's lane, and they've pointed a live weapon down. So you know a person that you wish didn't have a gun. You know a person who's not trained to handle their firearm. So why are you so against the National Registry? If you're going to scream mental illness, mental illness, mental illness, wouldn't it have been nice if there was a national database where a treating psychiatrist or psychologist could enter a report and then no legal firearm purchases could be made until that person with mental health issues gets a letter sent in that says they're now stable, their issues are resolved? We take away guns from domestic violence offenders until they've completed either their penalty or their pretrial diversion or their domestic violence training. I don't see you advocating for that. We take away guns from felons. Why is it all of a sudden when we want to talk about knowing who has guns and stopping lawful purchases? You own this guy. Oh, we don't own him. He was a member of that community. I'll get to that community next. You own that guy. So what's your solution other than he needed treatment for stopping this tragedy?